What's up, YouTube? It's the quintessential tuber, and I'm here to discuss conflict and confrontation from an introvert's point of view. Intro. Alright, so I want to discuss conflict and controversy. Nope, not controversy. Conflict and confrontation. Now, I'm an introvert, and conflict and confrontation is something that I really detest. Maybe everybody detests it, whether they're introvert or extrovert, but I want to discuss it from an introvert's perspective. So I have my notes, so I'm going to look down so I can tell you my notes. So the first thing that I want to discuss is introverts do not handle conflict and confrontation well because we are not very social. When you are a social person, you can deal with those things a little better because you've dealt with them more often. And you have a better resolve in dealing with these situations because you don't mind being around people. So with introverts, we stay to ourselves more. So confrontation and conflict, it's a little tougher for us to take. We tend to get a little angry too fast, or too angry too fast. So that's my number one perspective on conflict, or my number one view on conflict and confrontation. Number two, introverts, we pretty much just want to be left alone. So we know that the less social you are, the less problems you will have. So introverts tend to have small circles. They don't deal with very many people, and they don't deal with people that often. So we know that with dealing with people, you're going to have a lot of conflict and controversy. Why don't I like those two words? Conflict and confrontation. I just added controversy. Okay, there's a lot of words with con in it. But introverts, yeah, because we're not social, a lot of us tend to deliberately limit our socialization and limit the amount of people because we know with those two things, social activities and a larger group of people, conflict and confrontation is likely to arise. So that's my number two view, that we keep our circle small because we definitely want to avoid conflict and confrontation. So number three, who wants to be angry? Conflict and confrontation makes you angry, makes anybody and everybody angry that has to deal with those types of situations. Nobody wants to be angry. So the situation replays in your mind over and over and over again. You know, you're like, well, could I said this? Should I said this? I wanted to say this, and that person said that. It just repeats in your mind. It's like reverberation, echoes, just keeps bouncing in your mind, and you're like, oh man. So you can't get it off your mind, whether you're in the right, whether you're in the wrong, or even sometimes whether you don't even want to think about it. That conflict and that controversy again, conflict and confrontation constantly replays in your mind. And no one wants to be angry, not even once, but to be angry over the same thing over and over again. Who wants to deal with it? So that's my view on conflict and confrontation. Now, my little bit of advice, I really didn't want to give any advice in this video because I always do, but I did have something pertinent that I wanted to say. So for those of you who are introverts and you are a little social and you want to be social, but you do not want to deal with conflict and confrontation, when it does arise, just think about it. Learn from it. Maybe you can learn to humble yourself from that experience. That that experience may teach you something about yourself. It may teach you how you deal with people. It may teach you how to better deal with people in the future. Whether you're right or whether you're wrong, conflict and confrontation, you can learn from it. But if you get like me old and set in your ways. You don't want conflict or confrontation or any of the other controversy and all that stuff. Man, you just don't deal with people. I think my circle is very small. And I don't want to say the number because some people will be offended. But yeah, I don't deal with people too much. I don't like conflict, confrontation. It really bothers my soul. It really does. So this was just a little video, just a tidbit to help you introverts out there. And if you happen to be an extrovert and you watch this, I hope this can help you too. So thanks for watching my video. See you guys on the next one.